It's 7:30 p.m. on a Tuesday. You are standing in the kitchen, packing school lunches. Your spouse walks in, heads straight for the fridge, and checks the calendar on the wall. You exchange data. Did you pay the electric bill? Who is picking up the kids from soccer? We need more milk. It is efficient. It is functional. But then they leave the room, and the silence crashes down on you. You realize that while you were talking, neither of you actually made eye contact. You aren't lovers anymore. You are coworkers managing a relentless small business called the family. And the most painful realization? You are more lonely sitting right next to this person, your supposed partner, than you would be if you were completely alone in an empty house. Welcome to the Psych Hub. We heal the wounds you don't talk about. Today, we are exposing the 5 brutal signs that your marriage has turned into an LLC. Sign number 1 is what I call the CEO syndrome. Let's be honest about your last conversation. You were driving in the car or maybe cleaning up after dinner. What did you talk about? The kids need braces. The car needs an oil change. We have dinner with your mom on Sunday. It felt productive, didn't it? You were getting things done. But here is the terrifying reality. 90% of your communication is now logistical. You are no longer husband and wife, you are co-managers of a very expensive, exhausting corporation. The curiosity is dead. When you were dating, you asked, "What do you dream about?" Now you ask, "Did you take the trash out?" The brutal truth. You aren't talking about logistics because you are just so busy. You are hiding behind the logistics because it is safe. If you stick to the schedule, you don't have to address the fact that you feel empty. If you keep talking about the kids, you don't have to look at the stranger sitting across from you. You have replaced connection with function. You think that if the house is running smoothly, the marriage is working. You are wrong. A well-run house is not a home, it's a hotel. The psychology. In psychology, we call this emotional atrophy. Just like a muscle that isn't used, your ability to connect emotionally is withering away. You are engaging in instrumental communication, talking to achieve a task, while completely starving your partner of affective communication, talking to share an emotion. You are effectively starving the relationship to death while keeping the fridge full. The call to power. You have to break the manager mode. Tonight, I want you to ask a question that has no logistical purpose. Do not ask about the day's schedule. Ask, what is one thing you've been thinking about lately that has nothing to do with this family? Force the curiosity back into the room. But maybe you try to talk and they just walk away. Or worse, maybe you are in the same room, but it feels like you exist in different dimensions. That brings us to the second sign, and this one is the hallmark of the roommate phase. Sign number 2 is parallel schedules. I see this in my office every day. You describe your life, and it sounds like a relay race. You walk in the door, they walk out to the gym. You are putting the kids to bed, they are finishing up work in the study. You finally sit down on the couch to watch Netflix, they decide it's time to go to sleep. You are moving constantly, but you're never moving together. You're like 2 ships passing in the night, signaling each other with text messages. I'm home, your turn, leftovers in the fridge. You tell your friends, we just have such busy lives, we are a great team. The brutal truth. Stop calling it teamwork. Teamwork implies a shared goal and shared connection. What you're doing is avoidance. You have structured your lives so perfectly that you never have to actually be with each other. You are avoiding the silence. You are avoiding the awkwardness of sitting on the sofa with your spouse and realizing you have absolutely nothing to say to them. You are filling the space with busyness so you don't have to feel the distance. The psychology. We call this functional estrangement. You haven't divorced legally, but emotionally you separated years ago. You are living what psychologists call parallel lives. In child development, parallel play is when toddlers play side by side but don't interact. That is normal for a 2-year-old. It is fatal for a marriage. When you stop witnessing each other's lives and start simply working around them, the intimacy evaporates. You become efficient, yes, but you also become strangers. The call to power. You have to disrupt the relay race. This week, I want you to create a crossover point. Find 15 minutes where you are both in the same room, doing absolutely nothing productive. No phones, no chores. Just existing in the same space. It will feel uncomfortable, it will feel heavy. Let it. You have to feel the distance before you can close it. The cliffhanger. But as the distance grows, something else happens, something physical. The space between you isn't just about time, it's about the body. That brings us to the third sign, and this one hurts the most because it makes you feel undesirable. Sign number 3 is the invisible electric fence. This is the most painful one because it is physical. I want you to visualize the last time you touched your spouse. I don't mean sex. I mean a touch that wasn't leading anywhere. A hand on the shoulder, a brush of the arm in the hallway. For you in the roommate phase, these moments have become extinct, or worse, they have become awkward. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You sit on the couch and you instinctively pull your legs in so you don't accidentally graze them. When they go in for a hug, it's stiff. It's a church hug, a quick pat-pat on the back, and then an immediate release. You treat each other's bodies like hazardous material. Here is the reality you are ignoring. You are starving. You are suffering from skin hunger. When you stop touching your partner, you aren't just not affectionate. You are sending a primal signal to their brain that says, I reject you. You are withholding the most basic form of human comfort. You are telling them, without saying a word, that they are alone in this world. Biologically, humans need touch to co-regulate. It lowers cortisol. It calms the nervous system. When that stops, your marriage becomes a source of stress, not a source of comfort. You become two isolated nervous systems, constantly on guard, walking on eggshells in your own home because the person you vowed to love feels like a stranger you aren't allowed to reach for. So, how do you break the fence? You have to force the physical connection before the emotional connection returns. It sounds backward, but it's necessary. Stop waiting to feel like hugging them. Just do it. Reach out and touch their arm when you are talking. Break the physical seal. If you wait until you feel romantic again, you will wait forever. But the body never lies, especially when you are unconscious. You can fake a smile at dinner, and you can force a hug in the hallway, but you cannot fake what happens when the lights go out. That brings us to sign number 4. Sign number 4 is the defensive sleeper. Now, let's go into the bedroom. This is supposed to be your sanctuary, the one place where the world falls away. But for you, it's a battlefield of silence. Pay attention to your nightly ritual. You get into bed, and what is the first thing you do? You grab your phone. You build a wall of blue light between you and your partner. You scroll through Instagram, watching strangers live happy lives, just to avoid turning your head 6 inches to the left. And when the phones finally go down, you roll over, you turn your back, you pull the duvet tight around your shoulders like armor. You might tell yourself, I just sleep better on my side, or it's too hot to cuddle. Stop lying to yourself. Your body is screaming what your mouth is afraid to say. In psychology, we look at sleep positions as unconscious body language. When you sleep, you are at your most vulnerable. If you do not feel emotionally safe, your body will instinctively go into defense mode. You are creating a fortress. By turning your back and hugging the edge of the mattress, you are protecting your vital organs, your heart, your gut, from the person sleeping next to you. You are physically rejecting them even while you are unconscious. You are living in a cold war. There is no yelling, no fighting, just an icy silence that is louder than any argument. You lie there, awake in the dark, wondering if they are awake too, wondering if they feel this terrible gap between you, but you don't ask. You just close your eyes and drift into a lonely sleep. You have to dismantle the fortress. Tonight, put the phone in the other room, lie down, and before you roll away, look at them, just for 5 seconds. Acknowledge that there is a human being next to you. You don't have to touch if you aren't ready, but do not turn your back immediately. Stop treating your partner like a threat to your peace. But even if you face them, even if you sleep in the same bed, there is one final sign that proves the marriage has become a business transaction. And this one is internal. It's about what you know versus what you feel. Sign number 5 is the stranger in the kitchen. This is the final nail in the coffin. It is the distinction between knowing about someone and knowing them. If I asked you right now, you could probably list every logistical detail about your spouse. You know how they take their coffee. You know their social security number. You know exactly what time they will walk through the door. You are drowning in data about this person. But tell me, when was the last time you knew what they were feeling? Not tired, not stressed. Those are generic labels. Do you know what they are secretly afraid of right now? Do you know which dream they gave up on last year? Do you know which part of themselves they feel they are losing? Probably not. You have become an expert on their routine, but a stranger to their soul. You are living with a ghost. You see the body moving through the house, doing chores, paying bills, but the person inside, you haven't met them in years. And here is the hardest truth I'm going to tell you today. I need you to listen closely because this is where the tears usually start. You let this happen. It wasn't just them pulling away, it was you too. It is exhausting to keep discovering a person. It takes energy to dig deep. It is so much easier to reduce your husband or your wife to a function. It is easier to see them as the provider or the mother or the fixer than it is to see them as a flawed, complex, hurting human being. You turned them into a roommate because roommates are safe. Roommates don't break your heart. Roommates don't require you to be vulnerable. If you keep it transactional, you keep it safe. You have built a marriage that runs like a machine because you are terrified that if you stop the machine, you will have to face the mess underneath. But you cannot love a machine, and you cannot be loved by a schedule. You are lonely because you are hiding. You are waiting for them to break the cycle, to ask you how you really are, but they are waiting for you to do the same. You are two people drowning in sight of each other, waiting for the other one to throw the lifeline. The business transaction is over. You have to decide, are you going to keep managing this company until one of you quits? Or are you finally going to burn the business plan and start a relationship? I know this video was hard to watch. I know that for many of you, checking off these 5 signs felt like a punch to the gut. It hurts to admit that the person you vowed to spend your life with has become nothing more than a coworker. But listen to me, you are not dead yet, and neither is this marriage. The silence in your home is not a life sentence, it is a habit, and habits can be broken. You are the cycle breaker. You are the one who woke up today. The pain you are feeling right now, that is good. That is your heart waking up from its coma. Don't let this just be another video you watch before falling asleep in the dark. Take that pain and use it. Tonight, do one brave thing. Ask the question, touch their hand, break the script. It will be terrifying, but it is the only way back to each other. If you are ready to stop pretending and start actually living, if you are ready to heal the wounds you've been hiding, subscribe to the Psych Hub. We don't do fake smiles here. We do the work. I'll see you in the next session.